If you're anything like us, you love the thrill of a good adventure. And Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri is definitely one of our favorite spots for just that.
But even the most seasoned theme park goer is going to find ways that they get trapped into wasting their precious time while they're at the park.
So, we are going to cover all the ways that you can avoid wasting time at Silver Dollar City. So,
come with us.
Hey guys, welcome back to BA Adventures.
Hi.
So today, like we said, we are covering all the ways that you can avoid wasting time at Silver Dollar City by pointing out the 5 silliest ways, plus a bonus one that is actually really silly for you big Silver Dollar City fans. So you need to stick around to the end of the video for that. As well, at the end of the video, we challenged some people in our last video, and if you haven't seen that here, at the timing of this, if you have commented afterwards, we do apologize at the time of this filming. It is a couple days in advance for this. However, the winner of that, we are going to shout out at the end of this, so stick around for that, and maybe you're the lucky one. So, anyway, we have full disclosure. We've been guilty of pretty much all of these ourselves at some point in time in our lives, or even while we were doing this channel. So, grab a snack and hit that like button, and let's make sure your next Silver Dollar City trip is as efficient and fun as possible. So, all right, so let's jump into silly mistake number 1. And that is?
Not rope dropping, fire in the hole, or time travel there. We've all seen it. The park gates open. There's a flood of people that go through. And where do they go? They're usually going straight to the biggest, newest thrills. And if you're not doing that, you're going to be missing out on precious time in the park. We have seen fire in the hole get up to 2 hours before.
We've seen it to 3 hours before.
One of the busiest times of the
year. During the busy times.
But
even
still,
at some of the non-busy times, it does get up to over 2 hours.
And you don't want to waste that time. So you need to be doing that.
No, the same thing happens with Time Traveler. And these both are fantastic rides. And their lines build up really later on in the day because everybody picks to either rush to something else and do those instead for some reason. I would also even maybe include Powder Keg into this because its wait times get pretty big too because it is kind of a family thrill coaster in my mind. So it kind of teeters on those lines of that. So anyway, so silly mistake number 2 is not using the Silver Dollar City app for showtimes, directions, and wait times. This is crucial. Now, growing up, whenever we would go to Silver Dollar City, what was the one thing that we would go grab? A park what?
Map. Paper maps. Paper maps.
That's right. That is right. So, this is one of the probably easiest fixes with this app that you can get directions on where to go. The fastest way, even. And, it's really a lifesaver to see like what wait times are, and you can really check and see when something goes like lower or if a ride is down.
Yeah.
You know, I would hate to be over at Fire in the Hole and start my way over to Wildfire and get there and this person is like, sorry, we've been closed for 2 hours. And it's like, man, I wasted all that time to walk over here across the park to ride this.
Going up Cardiac Hill.
You wouldn't have to go up Cardiac Hill from Fire in the Hole to. You could just walk through Rivertown
when you leave. So,
that's true.
But one thing that I really love about the app, real quick, is the GPS in it. It shows you direction by direction where to go. I love an theme park app that shows that. So then that way you're not getting confused or turned around.
And there's also a tip later on that utilizes that app, so stick with us. All right, jumping on to number 3.
Ding, ding, ding.
And I am super guilty of this one, but that is
the gift shop trap. So when you enter the park, you were going to enter through the outside gates. You're going to go up a hill, and then you're going to get trapped inside the hospitality house, which is a big, awesome gift shop with awesome merch.
It's also how you enter Marvel Cave.
And you're going to stop and look. You're going to be like, oh, that's a cool shirt, or I really like that.
Yeah, because they put the cool stuff right there as you're walking in. You're like,
yeah. Instead of going to your rope drop spots, you're going to stop and you're going to waste time. And that's one of the things where we are so guilty of because there's so much neat stuff in there. But you know what? At the end of the night, you're going to go through that same shopping spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when you need to waste your time shopping.
Honestly, doing it then is a great time because you're letting everybody else leave the park.
Yes.
And you don't have to sit in that traffic as much.
What's most important, though? You're not going to have to lug all that stuff everywhere.
That's also true. You're not going to carry it through the park either.
Throughout the whole day.
That is also true. Plus, it's going to thin out the parking, and it's going to thin out your wait time in that line for the tram to leave. Mm-hmm. And not only are you going to hit that hospitality house, but even as you leave, there is the exit through the bigger gift shop.
Yet another one.
Yet another one that you can do some more time wasting. And this is the only time that I will tell you to waste time at a theme park, and that is when you are leaving.
Yeah.
Especially when everybody else is. Now, if you're leaving like in the middle of the day when people are going in and out at the same time,
no big deal.
No big deal.
But if you're waiting to the very end or like after a parade during the Christmas time, whatever like that is going on, you need to waste that time.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. Mistake number 4. Eating lunch and dinner around the same time as everyone else. Lunchtime tends to pack up between around 11:45 to 1:30. Mm-hmm. And those times you want to avoid like the plague. Because those lines are going to be super long and everybody is going in to eat. Mm-hmm. Our suggestion, go in at 11 o'clock or after 1:30 for your lunch. Eat a late breakfast or something because the park usually doesn't open until about 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, especially in the summertime. So, that being said, most people have already eaten their breakfast. So, you could wait and grab something while you're waiting on rope drop because there are some things that are open. Not like hot meals, but you can do that. So that is something to avoid. For dinner time, aim for about 4:30 or after 7 o'clock because it'll be the same thing with the lines. Now, what do I do? What do you do whenever those times where everybody else is waiting in line for lunch? What do you do, Ashley?
You're on those rides.
You're on the rides or you're at the shows.
Bonus tip that I do want to throw out within this tip is Molly's Mill is up in the circle. The town circle.
Town square.
Yes, square. Mm-hmm. And you can eat breakfast as a buffet there. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to wait in line really, per se. And you're going to be able to eat before the park even opens up for rope drop areas.
If you do it right. Mm-hmm. If you do it right.
You have to get there early.
Talking about food and the app. This is the other part with the app, with the little bonus with it. Mm-hmm. You can order online through the app as well for your food. And then, however, you're still waiting in line for that. There's no special line to go get that online order or something. It's just already paid for. You walk up and go, hey, I'm here. And they'll be like, okay, here you go. So it's kind of like that. We may this year do a little update on that and try and do something along those lines.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to the final mistake before that bonus one, number 5. And that is
not purchasing your tickets early. Do not waste your time in a line to buy a ticket. That's ridiculous. Those lines get so full even when the busiest time of the year is Christmas time, fall time. You want to buy those tickets online, season pass, whatever, so you can walk through straight to the gates to the security line and scan your ticket. That's the worst. I look at it and I'm like, oh man, please don't do that.
The only time that we really ever go over there is to pick up our hard copy of our season passes.
Or if we bring a friend tickets with us and we have family coming with us that are using those tickets.
That is the only time that I would suggest even going over there. And if you're going to go over there, I would wait until after the park is already open, like an hour after. We did that with when we took my nephew and my sister and my brother-in-law. When we all went, we waited about an hour after the park had opened. And then we walked right up to a booth and it was like, here you go. Yep. So, and it was during Christmas time, but it wasn't a busy weekend. So
yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. It was more towards the beginning of November. So
yeah. So all right. So bonus, silly, fun mistake that you Silver Dollar City fans are absolutely going to laugh at. And we saw it actually occur. Was it 3 times that day?
Multiple, yeah.
It was 3 times
my mouth
in
was just
one
dropped
day.
open. I thought, I could not believe this.
Twice in less than 30 minutes we saw it occur. So, guys, we want to say do your research ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the app can also come in handy. There were people showing up to the old fire in the hole.
And they expected it to be there.
They did expect it to be there. They came around the corner. They're like, what's this wall? What's this fence doing here? Like, why is that there? And
where's the ride?
Mm-hmm. So one of the citizens said, oh, we apologize, but a few years ago, we actually put the ride in over there and built a new one. Oh, okay. Well, dang, we were just over there. And so I sat there, and this was before she walked over. And I was like, man, I feel so sad for those people. I don't know what to tell them. I wish I could help them out and like go back in time and say, hey, don't move, stay here. And so that's one of the things. And then the next group walked up about 5 minutes after she had come up to me. And they were like, hey, where's Fire in the Hole? Did they close it? Did they take it out? Is it gone?
I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like,
and so
really
I said,
shocked.
hey, it's actually over in the back of Fireman's Landing across the train tracks. You're going to have to go over there. That's where they built the new Fire in the Hole. And they were like, oh, no way. So that's what happened. They went
Which
over
is
there.
kind of across the park in a way.
It
So
was.
you are wasting quite a bit of time from one point to the other point and trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. And the best way for you guys to do your research is to follow us and subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. So, anyway, that being said, there's your top 5 plus that one bonus.
Woo!
Silly ways people are wasting time at Silver Dollar City. We hope these tips help you on your next adventure. Now, that being said, we have that shout out from that last video. And if you haven't seen that last video, it is right up here. It is talking about all the changes that are coming to Silver Dollar City in 2026, including that resort. Now, we challenged people to guess what that new coaster was in between Wildfire and Powder Keg.
They're going to be guessing, or they're going to be putting out their favorite name for this new coaster, because we know it's a coaster.
Now, we do have an honorable mention, which I thought was hilarious. And if you guys follow the social media on Silver Dollar City, you will know that Mystic River Falls has this growing conspiracy theory around it. And that would be that there are sharks in there. So, we want to shout out Jesse Elsor 849 for trying to say that the new roller coaster was going to be named Shark Chaser.
I loved it. I busted out laughing when I saw that. I was like, perfect. I wish this was it now.
Yes. Yes. So we have chosen our favorite one, and that was the one that came through. And the name, before we get going, was used because of the Fan Fest things that were occurring. And she noticed something that I have not seen anybody else notice before. And I'm actually kind of impressed by this one, and I feel kind of dumb by not realizing like that they rolled a cannon out on stage during Fan Fest.
I actually had explained that to him. He was like, I don't like it. I'm like, no. This is where they're coming from.
Right. And it would actually kind of fit that area because Powder Keg is something about explosions, and Wildfire covers the same thing because if you are in the queue, you will see how it has all those chemicals that cause an explosion as well. So, this person, Rihanna Cardiel 2374, came up with this name, and that is the
Ozark Cannon Coaster. You get our number 1 pick for the best name, because I think that's perfect.
That is very awesome. Well done, and I'm surprised by that one. I don't know why we never noticed that before. And yeah, I think that we have our hints right there. I think it is going to be a mine type ride, but you're getting shot out of a cannon. Maybe. I don't know. So anyway, that being said, guys, if you want to follow along for more Silver Dollar City tips, tricks, ideas, or even theme park tips, tricks, or ideas, hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that
bell notification button
so that you guys don't miss out on any more of our theme park news, adventures, or anything that might help you make your next theme park adventure great. And with that,
bring on the next adventure.
bye, guys.